Hello and welcome to the Watch Kaki channel, where we bring you all the good and honest watch reviews. If this is the first time you're here to my YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button and come back here every week because I have reviews uploaded every week only for you. In today's video, we are going to do a review of this metal G-Shock, this metal bezel 6900, and the reference number for this watch is actually GM-6900G-9DR, and this one features a full solid metal bezel or watch head, and it's actually the standard 6900, but now it is clad in a metal head, and I tell you, this watch is really fantastic to look at in real. So before we go on with the review, I'd like to take some time to thank our boutique for their generosity in loaning me this watch for this video review. You can find links to our boutique in the description below, and our boutique is a family run shop and they are based in Singapore. They are situated in Peninsula Shopping Centre, and Eric, the guy who runs the shop, he's a really nice guy. So if you need any G-Shocks or Seikos or even Rado, Orient, feel free to look for Eric and look for the watches that you want. So on to the watch review. The metal head version of the 6900, they were launched earlier this year. I think in the initial launch there were 3 models. This is obviously the gold version. There is also a chrome version, or the silver stainless steel version. Also, I think there's a black plated version with some kind of a red strap, if I'm not wrong. So there are 3 models in all, and I've selected this for review because I think this just looks the best. It looks the most stunning with the gold bling bling look, and this one here retails for 309 Singapore dollars. I'm sure you can get a better price if you look for Eric at the Our Boutique. So just a bit of background information on these metal versions of classic G-Shocks. Now, the 6900 is a legendary model. I think it was launched in 1995, and for a watch of this legendary status, fans have already been putting on aftermarket bezels or shrouds, and some of them are plastic, some of them are steel in recent years, and I believe Casio has listened to the crowd and giving the fans what they want. They finally launched many different metal versions of their classic models. The 5600 actually got their metal shroud and even metal bracelets a couple of years back, and at the time of this review, I believe Casio Singapore has just launched the GA-110 in stainless steel version. So exciting times ahead. I believe we are going to see more and more metal clad versions of classic G-Shocks. So I've just zoomed in a bit more and to let you get a closer look of the watch. I apologize for the reflections. This thing is really hard to photograph or to video because the bling bling surface, the gold surface, the polished surface, it really reflects like crazy. So I really apologize if you see funny things on the stainless steel bezel of the watch. So this watch is exactly the same as the standard 6900, the classic 6900. In terms of dimensions, it is about 50 millimeters case diameter. The lug length is about 54 millimeters. It's pretty long. You get a bit of overhang if your wrist is smaller than 7 inch, and I believe they have kept the actual resin strap for this one. They've only included the metal bezel, but they didn't do anything to the strap. It looks like the standard 6900 strap, and even the module for this watch is the same. It is 3230 if I'm not wrong. Let me just take a look. So yes, that's right, the module number is actually 3230, so it is exactly the same module as the classic 6900, and the only difference this time around is they have a metal head, a full metal bezel. Of course, the metal bezel is going to give the watch some extra weight. Officially, Casio has listed this about 97 grams, under 100. So I'm going to bring this watch to the scale and see if this watch is indeed under 100 grams. So on the digital scale, it says this watch weighs 101.6 grams. So that's actually heavier than the official spec. I'm going to show you the weights of some other popular G-Shock models and you get a good comparison. So I have my daily wearer, a GA-700. Now I wear these watches as beta watches every day. So this one is about 72.5 grams, and I would think that this is the same weight as the standard 6900. I apologize, I don't have any plastic standard versions of 6900 today, so I'm going to use similar watches to give you a rough idea. So I actually like the added weight better on a stainless steel watch because it makes the watch feels more solid, more premium. I get a good feel of it when I put it on my wrist. It feels like I'm wearing one of those diver watches on rubber straps. Feels really good, solid, and I believe this is a good move by Casio in making all these classic G-Shocks with stainless steel bezels. And here's a reshot of the metal G-Shock on my wrist in natural light. As you can see, the light really plays with the gold bezel a lot. Bling bling look to it. Really nice watch. Big chunky statement piece. So functions wise, the GM-6900 is exactly the same because they have the same module. So you get time telling and you get alarm. This is the timer function. This is stopwatch, and then it comes back to the home screen, which is time and date and day of the week. But I'm quite surprised that the 6900 doesn't have world time, so it is actually a very simple module, and of course it is affectionately known as the 3-eye monster or the 3-eye G-Shock, and this is due to all these 3 little potholes here you see on the dial. So for the design, Casio has cleverly used a gold dial as well. I'm not too sure what material. I believe it's some sort of plastic, but it looks really good, and I like the fact that the digits, the color, the hue of the digits, they actually match the overall look. Sometimes these digits, they may look less gold, they look a bit white, a little bit whitish, or some look a little bit darker, but this one here, the tinge here you found on the digits, I think it matches the dial and the bezel really well. So just to add on here, the buttons of this model, they actually feel more solid than a regular G-Shock, these buttons here. And again, I believe they're also done in stainless steel. They are made of stainless steel, and you know, when you activate or you press the buttons, it really feels fantastic. The action, you know, the feel that you get, it's really good. There is no sloppiness, feels very solid. Even the time setting button here, which is slightly flushed as opposed to the rest of the buttons, they feel very solid, and I believe this one, in terms of overall build, it is one step above the regular plastic 6900s. And zooming in just a bit more, I'm going to show you the wordings on the bezel here. Now these wordings, the G-Shock wording, the adjust, split and reset, they are engraved, they are carved. So they are painted, but they are also engraved. So you can feel there's texture going on. Alright, so good job again by Casio for designing this bezel and having the actual engraving on the bezel. And of course, you get that classic EL backlight button right under the 6 o'clock area of the watch. So this is nice bluish EL backlight as opposed to some LED backlight models you see in recent G-Shock release. So 6900 module has always been popular due to the EL backlight, and many people actually like this over the whitish LED backlight. So all in all, in terms of overall build quality, I can confidently say that this is a step or two above the regular plastic versions of the 6900. Now, if you ask me about what I'd like to improve about the build quality of this watch, I would say perhaps Casio could have included a better strap, better in a sense that they should have included maybe a strap with carbon fiber insert. Not too sure if you can get it aftermarket from other models, and if not, they could have included a metal bracelet. Of course, that's going to bump up the prices, but I think die-hard fans would have no problems forking out the premium. So all in all, a great addition to the 6900 family. Despite the price tag, this is almost more than double the price of the standard plastic 6900, but I'm sure that the die-hard fans would have no problems adding this to their collection because it looks so good, looks so special. This is a fashion statement. If you were to wear this, with all the gold bling bling look, this is loud, it's in your face, and I must say it's very pretty. I always think that this watch is worn by C3PO. I don't know why. It's got a black strap, so maybe C3PO would have preferred something metallic, but the face of this watch, I really feel that this is something that 3PO is going to wear. I guess the downside to this watch is that it's pretty difficult to maintain because of all the big, polished, shiny surfaces. Take a look here. You see plenty of smudge going on, and throughout this video review, I need to clean this one with a watch cloth, and perhaps Casio should have added more brush surfaces. And here's also something to note for those G-Shock fans out there who wear their G-Shock like what G-Shocks are supposed to be doing. Now, if you're looking for an all-action watch, this may not be a good choice because of the steel bezel. Now, let's do a comparison. If you got a watch like this, the GX56, the King here, it is fully plastic, and I think it's got some kind of gel shock absorber. So if you were to wear this, you go on an adventure and you knock the watch. Let's knock it. Alright, you see it's fine. There's no problem if you knock on it, if you scratch it or bang against the doorway or the wall, the brick wall. I think it's fine. You'll see a few scratches, but no big deal. But if you knock this one against a brick wall, against the doorway, against the shelves, I think it's not going to end up well. It's not going to hold up well. You will see plenty of scratches, dings, dongs, kings, whatever. So perhaps not a good choice if you're looking for a G-Shock that is a real G-Shock for what it's intended to be. And this is the very opposite of G-Shock watch. It is actually a jewelry, a fashion statement. So bear in mind if you're interested in getting this watch. So there you have it, the bling bling gold GM-6900G-9DR. This is a great addition to the family if you're a die-hard G-Shock or die-hard 6900 fan. It is not meant to be your everyday bang around kind of G-Shock, but I would say this is a great addition if you want something different, if you want a statement piece. Probably go for this one. Alright, so here's the watch kaki from Singapore, and this is George. He's got a new coaster for his drink today, so we're gonna say goodbye. See you next week. Bye bye. Alright, so if you were to knock this GX56, you knock it against the table, I think it's fine. But if you were to knock this one, I'm gonna knock this one, and Eric is gonna kill me after that. And you knock the watch. Let's knock it. Let's knock it.
Let's knock it.